Welcome to the Atmananda Yoga Studio. The following is an advanced version of the Atmananda Yoga sequence. Begin in Tadasana or mountain pose. Feet rooted firmly in the ground, feeling all four corners of the feet, tailbone slightly tucked. Shoulders are relaxed, fingertips dangling. The chin is parallel with the ground and your gaze is forward. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, swing the arms up and above the head and press the palms. Look at the thumbs. As you exhale, swan dive forward, lead with the chest. Exhale all the way down into Uttanasana or forward bend. Hands can be pressed on either side of both feet or grabbing behind the ankles. Feeling the stretch behind the legs as the tailbone reaches up. Take a deep inhale and flatten the back. Look at the toes. And exhale again, forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, swing the arms up and above the head into Ashtanga. And exhale, Pranayama or prayer pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flatten the back, look at the toes. Exhale, forward fold. Come up on the fingertips and inhale the right foot back for a low lunge. The right heel reaches back. The left knee is 90 degrees so that the knee is right over the ankle. The gaze is forward and your shoulders reach back towards the hips, allowing the collarbones to face forward. Press the palms as you exhale. Bring the left leg back to meet the right, coming into a plank position. Core is engaged, heels are reaching back, and the shoulders are directly over the wrists. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring your knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale for Baby Cobra. In Baby Cobra, the legs are zip tight, squeezing together. The toes are pointed and tucked under, tops of the feet pressing into the mat. And the hands are by the sides, about 1 to 2 inches hovering above the mat. The gaze is forward and the chest is lifted. Exhale, press the palms, tuck the toes, and breathe back into a downward facing dog. Once you're in a downward facing dog, the heels are pressing towards the mat. The legs are straight. The tailbone reaches up towards the sky as your hands and feet ground, feeling ascending and descending energy at the same time. The shoulders rotate out, allowing the armpits to rotate towards each other. Fingertips spread wide, and the fingertips are pressing into the mat to relieve pressure off of the wrists. As you inhale, bring the right foot forward, placing the right foot inside the right fingertips at the top of the mat. Straighten the right leg, and as you exhale, hop the left foot up to meet the right, coming into a forward fold or Uttanasana. As you inhale, swing the arms up and above the head, press the palms, look at the thumbs, lift the heart and relax the shoulders, coming into Ashtanga. As you exhale, Pranayama prayer pose, hands together at the heart. As you inhale, swing the arms up and press the palms. Exhale, swan dive forward, lead with the chest, Uttanasana forward bend. Inhale, flatten the back, up on the fingertips, look at the toes. And exhale, forward fold. Coming up on the fingertips, inhale the left foot back, the left toes on top of the footprint on the back of the mat. As you exhale, press the palms into the mat and bring the right foot back to meet the left, coming into plank pose. Strong body here, so the shoulders are stacked directly over the wrists, creating a 90-degree angle with the torso and the arms. The heels are reaching back, so that all of the muscles in the legs are engaged. Take an inhale to prepare, and exhale. Bring your knees, your chest, and your chin to the mat, again for Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, slide forward, Baby Cobra. Exhale, press the palms, downward facing dog. breathing here. On the next inhale, bring the left foot forward, placing the foot inside the left fingertips. Straighten the leg, and as you exhale, hop the right foot up to meet the left, coming into Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, swing the arms up and above the head and press the palms. Exhale, Namaste. Inhale, swing the arms up and above the head for Ashtanga. Exhale, swan dive forward all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, flatten the back, look at the toes. Exhale, forward fold. Coming up on the fingertips, again, inhale the right foot back. Low lunge, look forward. Draw the shoulders back and feel the stretch. As you exhale, bring the left foot back to meet the right, coming into plank. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga, bend the elbows 90 degrees. Exhaling into Chaturanga, bending the elbows 90 degrees, keeping the core engaged the entire way down. As you inhale, bring yourself up into upward facing dog. Shoulders stacked on top of elbows, elbows stacked on top of wrists. The thighs are a few inches off the ground, tops of the feet pressing into the mat, and your chest expands as you allow your heart to open, looking forward or up. Inhale. Exhale, untuck the toes. Coming back into downward facing dog. Press the fingers, press the heels, and breathe. Coming forward, inhale, right foot forward inside the right fingertips. Straighten the leg, and exhale, left leg forward to meet. Forward fold. Inhale, swing the arms up and above the head, Ashtanga. Exhale, Namaste. Inhale, arms up, press the palms. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, forward bend. Up on the fingertips, now inhale the left foot back. Low lunge, feel the stretch and look forward. Exhale, press the palms. Right foot back to meet the left, coming into plank. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, Chaturanga, bend the elbows, keeping the elbows knitted towards the rib cage. Using the core, coming halfway down, and as you inhale, lift up into upward facing dog, opening up the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, bring the left foot forward inside the left fingertips. Straighten the leg and exhale the right leg forward to meet. Inhale, swing the arms up and above the head. Exhale, Namaste. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, forward fold. This time, micro-bend the knees. Look towards the back of the mat. And as you exhale, jump the feet to the back of the mat, right away bending your elbows into Chaturanga. Again, inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Feel the ground. Lift the hips. Releasing tension on the lower back. Shoulder blades moving away from each other. And the neck is extended. Micro-bend the knees here. Exhale everything out. Look forward in between the hands at the top of the mat. And as you inhale, jump the feet to the top of the mat right into Uttanasana 2. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana 1. Inhale, swing the arms up and above the head, press the palms. Exhale, Namaste. Inhale, arms up, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold, everything out. Inhale, flat back, look at the toes. Exhale, forward fold. Now as you exhale, yogi choice. You can jump your feet to the back of the mat, coming right into your vinyasa, or you can step back. Either way, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. From here, you will inhale the right foot forward inside the right fingertips all the way up to the top of the mat. The right toes right in line with the parallel line and the first line. Bring the left foot up to the 45-degree angle so that the toes are in line with the orange triangle. This stance may be narrower than you're used to, but it ensures that you are in proper alignment with your body. Connecting to all four corners of both feet. You'll tuck the tailbone slightly, draw the left hip forward as the right hip draws back. Inhaling the arms up to press the palms, the shoulders are relaxed, the gaze is at the thumbs. Lifting out of the lower back so that you can breathe freely in your belly. On the next exhale, bring the left arm back, the right arm forward, and as you do so, toe heeling the left foot back behind the fourth line, coming into Warrior Two. The right knee is 90 degrees, directly over the right ankle. The outer left edge of the foot presses into the mat. The hips rotate out to the left side of the room and the shoulders relaxed as you extend out through both fingertips. The gaze is past the right fingertips towards the front of the room. Deep breaths into the belly here, expanding in all directions, making sure not to hyperextend the left knee. On the next exhale, you'll bring the right hand inside the right foot on top of the mat. Swing the left arm up and over the left ear so there's one long line of energy through the outer left edge of the left foot, shooting through the left fingertips. In extended side angle, or Utthita Parsvakonasana, not only is Utthita Parsvakonasana a left side stretch opener, it's also a heart opener and a mild spinal twist. On every exhale, think about twisting more from the belly button, opening more from the heart, opening the heart towards the ceiling. The gaze is towards the back wall, or past the left big toe. Again, be mindful that you're not hyperextending the left knee. Drawing shoulders back, not sinking in the hips, taking one more big inhale. And as you exhale, bringing both hands down to frame the front foot with the hands. Again, stepping the left foot up to that 45-degree spot, just like in Warrior One. This time, straightening both legs, coming into Parsvottanasana, or Pyramid Pose. Here, our fingertips are in line with our toes. The gaze is at the right big toe, so that we ensure we keep the neck and the spine long. Just like in Warrior One, our left hip reaches forward as the right reaches back. We fold our torso over the right knee, lengthening the spine with every inhale, folding deeper with every exhale. See if you can bring more weight into the back foot so the weight is evenly distributed. Micro-bending both knees, keeping the currency and the energy flowing in the body. As you're ready, interlace the hands behind the lower back and reach the arms forward towards the front of the room. This deepens the stretch in the right hamstring and opens the chest and the shoulders. Take a few breaths here. As you exhale, bend the right knee 90 degrees. Toe heel the left foot behind the fourth line. Bring the right shoulder inside the right knee and reach the crown of the head to the ground for Parsvottanasana 3, or Humble Warrior. Taking a few breaths here, sending the energy into the hips and releasing any tension. Long spine, heavy head. Enjoying the stretch across the chest and the heart. As you inhale, come halfway up, release the hands, frame the front foot with the hands. Swing the left heel up, bring the right foot back, coming into plank, and go through your vinyasa. Exhaling into Chaturanga. Inhaling up into upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. For beginners, you are always welcome to do knees, chest, and chin instead of Chaturanga, as well as come back into child's pose whenever you feel it's necessary. Otherwise, we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Coming over to the left side, inhale the left foot forward inside the left fingertips. Hopping the right foot up to that 45-degree angle on the orange triangle. Square off the hips, tuck the tailbone, and inhale the arms up into Warrior One. After several breaths, you're going to exhale, swing the right arm back this time, and the left arm forward. As you do so, toe heeling the right foot back behind the fourth line, coming into Warrior Two or Virabhadrasana 2. This time, the hips open up to the right side of the room, the left knee is bent 90 degrees, knees right over the ankle, and feeling all four corners of the feet on each individual foot. Breathing deeply into the belly as you expand the chest, reaching through both hands. As you exhale, bring the left hand inside the left foot, reach the right arm up over the right ear, extended side angle. Bringing awareness to the outer edge of the right foot, pressing it into the mat. Keeping the left knee directly over the left ankle, rotating the chest up towards the ceiling, creating a heart opener as well as a side stretch. Keeping the spine long and the gaze back towards the right toes. Take one last deep inhale. And as you exhale, release, bringing both hands down to frame the front foot. Again, hopping the right foot up to that 45-degree angle, straightening both legs, bringing the fingertips in line with the toes, coming into Parsvottanasana or Pyramid Pose. Again, squaring off the hips. The right hip is at 3 o'clock. The left hip is at 9 o'clock. The sacrum is parallel with the ground. Welcome to interlace the fingers behind the lower back and reach the arms forward, creating a deeper stretch in the chest across the shoulders, and allowing the torso to fold over the left knee, gazing at the toes. Breathing here. As you exhale, bend the left knee, toe heel the right foot behind the fourth line, so the foot is 90 degrees. Parsvottanasana 3. This is a deep hip opener. So bring your awareness to the sensations in the hip and see if you can allow them to release on every exhale, sending the energy into the ground. Drawing the arms forward, take one more deep inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, come halfway up. Press the palms on either side of the left foot, swing the right heel up, bring the left foot back to meet, and go through your vinyasa. Either knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga. Meeting in downward facing dog. Find your breath, find your structure. Now microbend the knees, look forward. As you inhale, jump the feet to the second line, about 8 inches behind each hand. Spread the fingers very, very wide. Bring the knees inside the armpits, preparing for Bakasana Crow Pose. Looking forward. Lifting the tailbone towards the sky, gently lean forward, allowing the toes to come off of the mat and to touch. Holding here. Looking forward, the arms straighten and the tailbone lifts. The more you look forward, the easier it is to lift the tailbone, finding that delicate counterbalance. Take one last big deep inhale in Crow Pose. And as you exhale, shoot the legs back, coming right into your vinyasa flow. And we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Finding your breath, the heels reaching towards the mat. Maybe noticing how the stretch in the backs of the legs feels a little more open than it did at the beginning of class. On the next inhale, bring the right foot forward inside the right fingertips. Rotate the left heel down so the left foot's 90 degrees. Bring the right hand inside the right foot. Swing the left arm up over the ear. Clasping the hands above the head, resting the torso all along the right thigh for Uttanasana, Parsvakonasana. And you're breathing. Bringing the hands up above the head, pressing the palms into prayer pose above the head. Uttanasana, Parsvakonasana. You can remain here. You're also welcome to come into a bind, Tabata Parsvakonasana, bringing the left arm behind the torso and the right arm underneath the right thigh, clasping the hands behind you. Keeping the spine long, the abs engaged, looking back at the left toes. See if you can find the strength in the legs, the hips, and the core to lift the torso a few inches off of the right thigh. The right knee is 90 degrees, always over the right ankle here. When you're ready, wherever you are, release the hands. Bring both hands on the inside of the right foot. Spiral the left heel up. Walk the right foot to the edge of the mat. Bring the hands about 8 to 10 inches in front of you. And then lower the elbows to the ground. You're welcome to use blocks here under the elbows for extra support if your hips aren't quite open enough. Keeping the gaze in between the thumbs so that the neck is long. Keep the left heel reaching back and the right knee pressing into the right shoulder so you're not sinking too much in the hips. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands back to the top of the mat. Bring the right foot back to meet the left and take your vinyasa. Exhaling chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog, or Adho Mukha Svanasana. On the next inhale, we'll move it over to the left side. Inhale the left foot forward inside the left fingertips. Spiral the right heel down so it's 90 degrees, toes facing towards the right side of the room. Bring the left hand inside of the left foot to prepare. Situate your torso so that it can easily rest on your left quadriceps. The left shoulder is resting on top of the left knee. Swing both arms up above the head and press the palms in prayer pose, keeping the arms as straight as possible. Again, you're welcome to stay here. One long line of energy through the right foot, shooting through the hands. Or you can take a bind. This time, the right arm comes around to the back of the torso. The left arm comes underneath the left thigh, clasping the hands in the back. Finding the strength in your hips and your quads and your core to lift your torso a few inches off of the thigh. Keeping the gaze back so the neck is long. Breathing here. And as you exhale, release. Bring both hands inside the left foot. Spiral the right heel up. Walk the left foot to the edge of the mat. Bring the hands 8 to 10 inches in front of you and lower the elbows to the ground. Again, grab your blocks if you like. And breathe. The right heel reaches back, engaging all of the muscles of the legs to help keep you from sinking too much in the hips. As you're ready, bring the hands back to the top of the mat. Bring the left foot back to meet the right, and take your vinyasa. Either Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, and chin on the exhale. Lifting your heart on the inhale and exhaling back into down dog. Micro bend the knees, look forward. As you inhale, jump the feet together, coming onto the second line. Coming into a squatting position. Hug your knees into your chest, heels on the ground. Look forward. Now turn your body 90 degrees to the right, coming up to balance on the toes, and bring the hands to the heart. Top of the head reaches towards the sky. As you exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat, thumbs outside the parallel lines. Bending the elbows, you'll bring the left elbow to touch the left hip, the right elbow making contact with the left knee, making a shelf with the upper arms bending 90 degrees. You will lean forward, looking forward, creating a counterbalance, lifting the hips, bringing the toes slowly off of the ground. Into side crow, or Ekapata if you'd like to straighten the legs. Using the strength of the arms, the torso, finding that delicate counterbalance, flexing the feet, shooting out through the legs. And as you're ready, exhale, shoot the legs back, right into your vinyasa flow. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Situate your hands and feet, reaching the tailbone up, and connect to your breath. On the next inhale, as you look forward, microbend the knees and jump the feet to the second line so the feet are together. And right away, come into a squatting position. Hug the knees, bring the heels to the mat, and look forward. Now gently turn to the left. Coming to balance on the toes. Bring the hands to the heart in a prayer position. The crown of the head reaches up. Take a breath. And as you exhale, bring the hands back to the top of the mat, thumbs outside the parallel lines, bending the elbows, looking forward, making a shelf with the arms for the torso and the legs to balance on. This time, the left elbow makes contact with the right knee, the right elbow makes contact with the right hip. Look forward, lean forward, and allow the toes to gently come off the mat. Welcome to take Ekapata extending the legs out long. Inhale wherever you are, and as you exhale, shoot the legs back, and vinyasa. Moving through your flow, breathing with every movement, finding downward facing dog. The next inhale, bring the right foot forward inside the right fingertips at the top of the mat, spiraling the left heel down so it's 90 degrees. Straighten both legs, bring the right hand inside the right shin so that the thumb is on the second line. Swing the left arm up so that it reaches towards the ceiling. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. Gaze is up past the left fingertips. Triangle pose or Trikonasana. Be mindful that you're not hyperextending the right knee. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the left hand inside the right foot, so much so that the left thumb touches the inner arch of the right foot. As you do so, hop the left foot up to a 45-degree angle line. The toes are on the orange triangle. Square off the hips, left hip forward, right hip back. As you prepare, exhale everything out of the belly, and then twisting from the navel, inhale to reach the right arm up. Parvata Trikonasana, or revolved triangle. This time the gaze is past the right fingertips, opening up the chest towards the sky. Feet are rooted firmly in the ground. As you exhale, release, both hands to frame the front foot. Bring the right foot back to meet the left, and vinyasa. Moving over to the left side, inhale the left foot forward inside the left fingertips, spiral the right heel down, straighten both legs. Bring the left hand inside the left shin, so the left thumb is right along the second line. so the left thumb is in line with the second line. Fingers are spread wide, and you inhale the right arm up, gazing past the right fingertips. Opening up the chest towards the sky. Long spine, hips are stacked. Opening up the right side body. Pressing all four corners of the feet into the ground. Mindful not to hyperextend the knees, gaze is up past the right fingertips. Extending the neck long. Inhale, one more breath. And exhale. Release the right hand down. First, frame the front foot with both hands. Then, hop the right foot up to the 45-degree angle line. Bring the right hand inside the left foot, so much so that the right thumb is touching the inner arch of the left foot. Square off the hips. Draw the right hip forward, the left hip back. Exhale everything out of the belly to prepare. And as you inhale, float the left arm up towards the sky, gazing past the left fingertips, opening up the chest towards the ceiling, breathing into the left hamstring, keeping the hips perfectly square and twisting from the navel. Every exhale creating more space to twist a little deeper. As you exhale, release, bringing the left hand down, pressing both hands onto the handprints on the mat. Bring the left foot back to meet the right and vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. On the next inhale, bring the right foot forward. Keep the left toes where they are. Bring the left hand closer to the right foot and inhale, rotating the right arm up towards the sky. For a spinal twist, Parvata Parsvakonasana. Hips are square and steady, not sinking. The more you press in the left hand, the more you ground, the more you can lift and reach out of the right hand. Gaze follows the right fingertips towards the ceiling, all the while continually reaching the left heel towards the back wall, engaging all the muscles in the legs. Exhale, release, float the right hand down. Frame the front foot with the hands, and now hop the left foot up to the purple circle, just a couple of inches, not too much. Bring the right toes in, about an inch or two, so they touch the middle line, just the toes, not the heel. Once you have your balance, inhale, come up into a high lunge. Bring the hands to your heart center as you tuck the tailbone. Exhale everything out of the belly to prepare. And start to twist towards the right, bringing the left elbow outside the right knee, making contact with the left shoulder and the right knee. You can stay here working to keep the hands at heart center, or you can take the advanced version, which is the bind, bringing the left arm around the right thigh and under to clasp the right hand, which is reaching over the torso from the back. The gaze is towards the back wall, keeping the spine long. Moving in all directions at once, grounding the feet. The right knee moves forward, keeping the knee at 90 degrees. The left heel reaches back. The head moves forward and up. The chest rotates out, reaching the heart up. Inhale. Lift the torso just a couple more inches. And then as you exhale, release. Bring both hands to frame the front foot. Bring the right foot back to meet the left. And vinyasa. On the next inhale, we'll move to the left side. Inhale the left foot forward. And now bring the right thumb inside the arch of the left foot. Keep the right toes where they are and swing the left arm up towards the ceiling. A gentle spinal twist. Shoulders are stacked, opening up the heart. Spine is long, careful not to sink the hips. Right heel reaches back, inhale. And exhale, release. Float the left hand down. Now, frame the front foot with the hands briefly. Hop the right foot up to the purple circle again, about 2 inches. Bring the left toes in towards the middle line. And come up into high lunge, bringing the hands to the heart in Namaste position. Prepare, find your balance, engage the muscles of the legs. Inhale. As you exhale, emptying everything out of the belly, twisting from the navel, bring the right shoulder over to the left knee. Work to keep the hands at the heart center. Engage the core, lifting out of the hips so you don't sink. If this is easy for you and a bind is accessible, you're welcome to wrap the right arm underneath the left thigh and the left arm over the torso, clasping the hands and the back, allowing you to create more space in the chest and the heart area further. Breathing here, finding steadiness and calm in the breath. Engaging all the muscles, lifting out of your body. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Unclasp the hands. Bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Bring the left foot back to meet the right, and again, vinyasa. Exhaling, chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale to lift your heart. Open the shoulder space. And exhale, meeting back in downward facing dog. Taking a moment in downward facing dog. Lengthen the spine, gazing in between the knees at the back. Reaching the heels towards the mat and feeling the stretch in the backs of the legs. Fingers are spread wide. Pressing, relieving pressure off of the wrists. Armpits rotating in towards each other. Engaging all of the muscles around the knee. Come into a plank pose or a shortened downward facing dog. Bring the toes to the purple circle and then bring the feet together. Bring the thumbs in line with the parallel lines, so 3 to 4 inches apart. Bend the elbows so that the elbows fit inside the hip creases. Look forward, bring the chin to the ground, and kick up into Mayurasana or Peacock Pose using the core. Keeping the legs engaged, zip tight, toes pointed, looking forward, and then gently bring the chin off of the ground. Spreading the fingers wide here will help you balance. As you exhale, release, bringing the toes back to the mat, right into upward facing dog, and come back into downward facing dog. Bring the right foot forward, right in between the hands at the top of the mat. Spiral the left heel down so it's 90 degrees, and bring the right foot parallel with the left. Grab for the outside of the ankles, and hang your head heavy. Careful not to hyperextend the knees here, and breathe into the hips. Welcome to interlace the fingers behind the back and draw the arms forward, deepening the stretch. Prasarita Padottanasana. As you inhale, bring the hands back to the front of the mat, frame the foot, swing the right foot back to meet the left, and vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Now come into a plank pose. Bring the toes to touch. Moving everything over to your right side, coming into side plank or Paschimottanasana. So shift everything over, pressing for the right fingertips and lifting the left hand off the ground, reaching the left arm up towards the sky. The gaze follows. Keeping the left hips lifted, engaging the oblique muscles. You're welcome to take any variation you like here, whether that means bringing the right knee to the ground, or bringing the left leg up into the sky, or even yogi toe locking the left big toe. If you're a beginner and still struggle with balance, you're welcome to bring the right forearm to the ground for more stability. Wherever you are, find your balance and breathe, enjoying the expansion that this pose brings. As you're ready, release. Bring your left foot down, your left hand down, and flow through your vinyasa. Once you're in downward facing dog, come back into a plank pose on the inhale. Then bring your toes to touch and move it over to the left side, bringing all the weight over to the left hand, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Again, take any variation that you did on the other side. Finding stillness, finding strength. As you're ready, exhale and with control, release from this pose and do your vinyasa, exhaling, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to open the heart and exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Micro bend the knees, look between the hands, and inhale to jump the feet in between the hands at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Yogi toe lock the right big toe. Bring the left hand to the left hip. Shift all the weight into the left foot. Slowly, with control, bring the right leg up so that it's parallel with the ground for Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Engaging the hips, engaging the core, keeping the gaze forward, and the shoulders back and down. Once you have your balance, bring the right hand back to the right hip, and keep the right heel shooting forward and the foot flexed. As you're ready, slowly bend the right knee, bring the right leg behind you, and grab for the inner arch of the right foot. Bring the left arm forward so that the arm is parallel with the ground. Find the counterbalance so as you lean forward, you'll kick back and up with the right toes coming into Natadajasana or dancer's pose. Keeping the hips square to the front, the more that you press the foot into the right hand, the more you will kick it up. The more you kick up, the more you lean forward. As you're ready, slowly come back. Without touching the right foot to the ground, bring the right foot inside the left thigh for tree pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Find your balance. And inhale, bring the arms up above the head, and then exhale them long out to the side. And breathe here. I like to think about leaning forwards and backwards at the same time, so you feel supported by the energy in the room. You have nowhere else to be except exactly where you are. Shoulders relaxed, hips tucked under. Pressing out of the left hip so that you're not sinking. As you're ready, bring the hands back up above your head. Press the palms, bring them back to your heart center. Release the right leg, shake out the left leg. Now, bring your feet mats width apart. Pigeon toe the toes in just slightly. Bring the hands behind your back so that the thumbs are directly underneath the kidneys. Micro bend the knees. Throw your hips forward and look back and lean back. See the back wall and inhale, inhale, and inhale a little more. And then as you exhale, release. Coming through standing, all the way exhaling into forward bend. Uttanasana. Bring the feet back to hips width distance apart once again. Yogi toe lock the left big toe this time. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Shift all the weight into the right foot, and then slowly, carefully, inhale the left foot up so that the left leg is parallel with the ground. Shoulders stacked on top of hips, hips on knees, knees on ankles. Once you have your balance, bring the left hand to the left hip and keep the left leg shooting out. The left foot is flexed. Find what muscles you need to keep this leg lifted. And as you're ready, bend the left knee, point the toes, bring it behind you, grab the inner arch at the left foot with the left hand. Now bring the right arm up and then out in front of you so that the right arm is parallel with the ground. Lean forward and simultaneously kick the left foot into the left hand, coming into Natadajasana or dancer's pose. breathing into the chest as you continue to draw the left hip forward, working to keep the hips square. Release from Uttanasana, coming right into Tree Pose. The left foot inside the right thigh, the hands at the heart. Inhale the arms up above the head and then out to the side. Find the point of resistance and push up against it, but not past it. Inhale the right foot forward inside the right fingertips. Hop the left toes up to the purple circle. Inhale the arms up by the ears, reaching the fingertips straight towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen the right leg, and exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten one last time, and exhale, bend. Now bring the hands to frame the front foot. Bring the left knee to the ground and untuck the left toes. Walk the right foot forward 3 to 5 inches and lean the hips forward. Bringing the hands to the right knee, you're also welcome to bring the left arm up by the ear and release the right fingertips down towards the floor, opening up the chest more towards the ceiling, giving more space for the lungs and the heart to breathe. Release. Hinging at the hips, lean the hips back, flex the right foot. This is called runner stretch, and it's a preparation for splits pose, or Hanumanasana. Eventually, your elbows will be on the ground. If you need to put blocks underneath the hands here, that's totally acceptable. As you're ready, start to slide the heel forward, coming into full splits. Welcome to put some blocks underneath the hands if you need to, or use a blanket if that's more comfortable. Keep the right foot flexed and really try to keep the hips square. A good way to do that is to lead with the left hip. The more you inch the left hip forward, the right heel will follow. Find the point of resistance and push up against it, but not past it. No need to push or force here. Just breathe where you are. If you're in full Hanumanasana, bring your arms up and press the palms. As you're ready, lean to the right, coming out of the pose, and push back into downward facing dog. Moving over to the left side, inhale the left foot forward. Bring the right toes to the purple circle and inhale the arms up by the ears, coming into high lunge. Inhale to straighten the left leg. Exhale to bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend, holding here. Bring the arms down, bring the right knee down, and untuck the right toes. Walk the left foot forward a few inches so that the heel is in line with the first line. Bring the hands to the left knee. You're also welcome to bring the right arm up towards the sky and bring the left arm down towards the ground so that the fingertips reach towards the ground. Leaning the hips forward, getting a deep stretch in the front of the right hip and underneath the left groin. As you're ready, lean the hips back, coming into runner stretch. So keep the left heel where it is, just flex the left foot, and bring the fingertips in line with the left heel. Look at the left toes. Start to lower the elbows down, looking at the left big toes while you do it to keep the spine long. As you feel ready, start to slide the left heel forward, coming into full splits. Squaring off the hips as you go. Nice and easy, no rush. Grab any blocks or props that you need to help you feel comfortable while you're breathing into this deep hip opening stretch. As you're ready, come out of the pose by leaning to the left. Bring the left leg back to meet the right, and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Bring the thumbs to touch at the top of the mat and jump the feet outside the hands. Coming into Titi Basna, which is an advanced pose. The first step of Titi Basna is to bring the shoulders underneath the knees and grab for the outer ankles. The second step is to bring the hands, palms facing upwards, on top of the hips or the lower back. Breathing here. This is enough for you, stay here. If you'd like to go to the next step, or Titibhasana 3, bring the hands underneath the feet, preparing. Get the shoulders right underneath the knees, and then start to walk the toes forward until they come off of the floor. The hips will naturally come down, but the goal is to get the feet and the ankles parallel with the hips. So you lift the hips as you look forward, balancing on straight arms. Inhale and exhale here, finding balance in center and strength. And as you exhale, rotate the legs out, swinging them behind you, right into your vinyasa, exhaling chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhaling, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Moving in all directions at once, energizing every cell, expanding with the inhales. Inhale the right foot inside the left fingertips and hop the left foot up towards the sky for standing split. Toes are pointed, the hip can stay open here, and if you'd like to challenge your balance, you can bring one or both hands to the right ankle. Allow the head to hang heavy. Now bring the right hand 8 to 10 inches in front of the right foot. Flex the left foot. Now open the hips to the side of the room as you bring the left arm up towards the sky for half moon or Ardha Chandrasana. The gaze follows the left fingertips up towards the sky. Now float the left hand down and bring the left knee underneath the right knee, coming into a seated position. Both sit bones are on the ground. Left knee is tucked underneath the right knee, and the right knee is hugged into the chest. If both sit bones don't comfortably touch the ground, you're welcome to extend the bottom leg out long, keeping the right knee bent. Bring the right arm behind you to support the lower back. Bring the left elbow outside the right knee, and gently twist over the right shoulder. The gaze follows. You're welcome to take a bind here as an advanced version of this pose, bringing the left arm underneath the right knee, clasping the right hand from around the back of the torso. As you release, gently twist to the left, gazing over the left shoulder, keeping the spine long. To release, swing the right leg out long behind you, coming into a preparation for half pigeon. The left knee comes 45 degrees and touches the edge of the mat. The right leg is straight out long behind you, toes in line with the leg. Interlace the fingers behind your back and stretch back just to open your chest. And then place the hands in front of you, making a pillow with the hands, and lean forward, resting the forehead there. And breathing, centering yourself for this stretch. Coming back up, you're welcome to bend the right knee or stay where you are. If you bend the right knee, keep the hip square as you grab for the inner arch of the right foot, drawing the right foot towards your body. You can work your way into half pigeon by bringing the right foot inside of your right elbow and the left arm behind your head, clasping the hands behind you. To come into full pigeon or Ekapada Rajakapotasana, you can reach the left arm in front of you, grabbing the right foot, using that support to clasp the toes with the right hand. Now release the clasping of the left hand on the toes and bring the left arm up and around your back as you arch back, allowing you to clasp the toes from behind you with both hands. Eventually, the toes will touch your forehead, bringing the elbows together and breathing deeply into the heart space. As you release, bring the hands back and find your downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot forward inside the right fingertips across the mat. Hop the right foot up towards the sky and point the toes for standing splits. Opening up the hips and really stretching. Just like before, You're welcome to bring one or both hands to the left ankle to challenge your balance. Now bring the left hand about 8 to 10 inches in front of the left foot. Flex the right foot and reach the right arm up towards the sky for half moon or Ardha Chandrasana. To release, bring the right arm down and bring the right leg underneath the left this time, coming into a seated position, preparing for a spinal twist. Hugging the left knee into the chest, both sit bones firmly on the ground. You're welcome to extend the right leg out long in front of you if that's more comfortable. Bring the right elbow outside the left knee and bring the left hand to support the lower back. Welcome to bring the fingers in Jana Mudra as you look over the left shoulder. You're welcome to also take a bind. As you release, counter stretch. Gently look over the right shoulder, keeping the spine straight and both sit bones on the ground. Swing the left leg out long behind you, preparing for half pigeon. The right knee goes over 45 degrees to the right side of the mat and interlace the fingers behind you. Open up the heart, look up, and as you exhale, make a pillow with the hands in front of you and gently rest the forehead on your hands. Breathing into the hips, relax the space between the shoulder blades. As you're ready, gently come up. Pausing here at the top, feeling the stretch. You're welcome to bend the left knee, grabbing for the inner left foot and drawing the leg towards you. You can take it a step further by taking half pigeon here, bringing the left foot inside of the left elbow, clasping the hands behind your head. If it's available to you, feel free to go for full king pigeon here, or again, Ekapada Raja Kapottasana. Clasping the left toes with both hands overhead, drawing the elbows to touch. Release and find your downward facing dog. Bring the toes a few inches behind you and bring the toes to touch. Come into a plank pose and bring the entire front side body to lay on the ground. Bring the hands along your sides, palms face down. As you inhale, lift the chest up, keeping the hands and the feet on the ground. Look forward. Exhale, release. Now interlace the fingers behind your lower back. And repeat, drawing the arms back this time, lift the chest and look forward, engaging the muscles of the lower back. Release. Now bend the knees, grab for the outer ankles. This time, I want you to reach the toes up towards the ceiling as you inhale. And as you exhale, lift the chest, continuing to look forward. Coming into bow pose. Eventually, the shoulders will be directly over the hips. Toes to touch. One more inhale. And as you exhale, release, pushing yourself back into a child's pose right away. In a wide-legged child's pose, your toes touch and the knees are to the edges of the mat. The arms are out long in front of you, giving your belly space to breathe. Coming up, sit on your knees and tuck your toes underneath of you. Bring your hands in your lap. Take a breath, prepare. Preparing for headstand or Salamba Sarvangasana. Bring the elbows to touch the outsides of the knees. Interlace the fingers, making a cup with your hands. Now bring the crown of your head, the back of your head, inside the cup of the hands. Straighten your legs so that your butt and your tailbone are lifted. Slowly engaging your core, lift both legs if possible, if not one leg and then the other, up into headstand. Pushing out of your shoulders to relieve pressure on your neck. All of the muscles in the legs are engaged and your feet are flexed. If it's accessible to you, you're welcome to take scorpion pose by pointing the toes, leaning the feet back, so the toes come towards the front of the room and the knees are bent. Carefully, you'll release one hand and then the other, pressing the palms flat on the ground so that the thumb and the forefinger touch. Once you have your balance on your forearms, you'll gently look forward and find a steady arch in the back that keeps you balanced. As you're ready to come out of Scorpion Pose, gently bring the head back, clasp the hands again, bring the feet up, coming through Headstand, and slowly lower down with straight legs, engaging the core, pausing in the middle, creating a 90-degree angle with the body. Eventually coming all the way down right into Child's Pose once again. This time, keep the knees together and bring the arms along your side. As you're ready, slowly come up and walk the knees towards the front of the mat. Separate your ankles so that you can sit in between your ankles. If you can't comfortably sit on the floor here, sit on a block. If you're already sitting on the floor and this stretch isn't quite deep enough for you, you're welcome to start to slowly lean back, coming into Uttanasana. Reclining all the way down, bringing the arms overhead, clasping the fingers, releasing only the index fingers, enjoying the stretch on the front side body. Breathing here. For an advanced option, you're welcome to come into Diamond Pose, pushing yourself up and inching your hands towards your feet, resting on your elbows. This is a deep back bend stretch, so be mindful of the sensations in the lower back and the shoulders as you attempt this pose. As you're ready to release from Diamond Pose, come back into Uttanasana. As you're ready to release back into Virasana, grab your ankles, support yourself with your shoulders and your elbows, and come back up. Now bring one ankle on top of the other ankle. Support yourself with your hands and swing your legs through into Paschimottanasana, or seated forward bend. The legs are straight, the feet are flexed. Take a moment to bring the fleshy parts of the sit bones away from you to ensure that you're sitting directly on top of your perineum. The arms are straight up ahead. As you inhale, find length in the spine, and as you exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward, grabbing for whatever you can here, whether it be the shins, the ankles, the heels, or the toes. Keeping the spine long, breathing into the backs of the legs. For a counter stretch, press the palms. Coming into Parvottanasana, point the toes. Lift the heart, straighten the arms, and look back. Hang your head heavy back, and release. Coming into Plow Pose, swing the legs over the head. Interlace the fingers underneath of you and draw the shoulders closer together. The legs are straight. Now, bring your hands to your lower back, and bring the legs up towards the ceiling for shoulder stand. Feet are flexed, legs are strong and together, and the chest presses towards the chin, massaging the thyroid gland and the lymph glands. Separate the legs out wide. Breathing here. Now bring the soles of the feet together in a namaste position above the pelvis. When you're ready, you can extend the legs out long again into shoulder stand. From here, come back into Plow Pose, or take a Karnapandasana or Pindasana. In Karnapandasana, you'll bring your knees outside your ears or your temples, grabbing for the ankles for a deep stretch in the lower back. As you're ready, slowly start to unroll your spine vertebra by vertebra all the way down. Once your tailbone hits the ground, lift your torso up so that you make a V shape with the body. The feet are still flexed. The arms are parallel with the ground, right by your sides, and you look forward. Gently release, coming into fish pose, bringing your hands outside your thighs, bend the elbows, bring the top of the head to the mat, deeply stretching the lungs, the heart, the chest, and the throat. Release, bring the chin to the chest, curl the spine down, interlace the fingers behind your head and look left to right. Bring the feet in towards the body. Bring the hips up towards the ceiling and interlace the fingers underneath of you. Bridge pose, making sure the feet are parallel. Release the gluteus muscles to ensure that you're only using the quadriceps. The chest is towards the chin. You're welcome to stay here. If you like, you can bring the hands by the ears and push yourself up into full wheel. In full wheel, the shoulders are directly over the wrists and the feet come together. The legs straighten. This pose is also called Chakrasana or Urdhva. Bring the shoulders more over the wrists. If you'd like, you can bring the right leg up and then the left. As you're ready to release, slowly bring the shoulders down. Tuck the chin into the chest and roll the spine down. Hug the knees into the chest. Welcome to rock side to side, front to back, massaging the lower back and the sacrum. You're welcome to bring one knee into the chest and take a spinal twist, bringing the right knee over to the left, the right arm out long, gazing past the right shoulder. And then switch, moving to the other side, hug the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg out long. Bring the left knee over to the right side, using the right hand to keep the left knee pressing. The left arm is out long to the side, gazing over the left shoulder. When you're finished, come into your final Shavasana. Deeply relax and surrender to gravity, letting go of all of the work that you just did. Let the experience of doing nothing take you where it needs to take you. Letting go of the breath, letting go of the mind, letting go of the idea that you even have a mind. Allow yourself to simply exist.